Hanazawa Kana, a legendary pillar and possibly the voice actor with the greatest legacy in the history of voice acting. You might not know this, but she's actually a bit crazy.
Here we go. Come on. Hanazawa Kana sakana.
But we'll get into that later. Kana began her journey into entertainment at the young age of 4 years old in kindergarten. Her mother just happened to catch a flyer for child actor auditions and asked Kana, "Wanna do it?" To which she replied with no hesitation, "Yes." See, Kana was the kind of child that loved game shows and comedy shows at school. She loved being the center of attention, so entertainment would come very naturally to her. She debuted in some voiceover work at the age of 4, but her first meaningful role as a child actor would come at 8 years old in the variety show Yappari Sanma Dai Sensei as a regular, lasting for 4 entire years. Shortly after, she'd be in the TV drama Gakko no Sensei. Kana worked extremely hard. After all, she was told, "There's always someone who can replace you, so do your best." Words that would scare any child. While not many shows, both gave her regular work as an elementary school student, and her future career in entertainment looked bright. I mean, she appeared in magazines and stuff as a child. She was definitely popular to some degree. This fame would bring her her first anime role at the age of 14, Holy Madoson in Last Exile, an original made action-adventure anime. However, barring this first background role would come the darkest period of her life. See, both the variety show and TV drama Kana had starred in had come to an end, and as she grew older into a teen, not a child anymore, she found it harder, barring impossible, to get actor roles. She did dabble in some commercial work, but nothing near the scale of her childhood glory days. On the anime side, after her debut role, she literally just hit a blank. 3 entire years with not just no main character roles, just no roles at all. That's why at the age of about 15, Kana turned to being an underground idol. Sorry, wrong Kana. She'd do idol performances, events, and photo shoots in a wide variety of costumes. There's even this really embarrassing story of how she liked Chestnut so much, she called her fan club the Chestnut Fan Club. Like, a chestnut would just be their logo and on t-shirts and stuff. It got like 30-ish members. Despite these lighthearted things, Kana's times as an underground idol was tough. The audience was small, there's little to no exposure, and they barely get paid. Frankly speaking, it was a shadow of her former child self, and underground idols don't exactly have the best reputation. I mean, when asked recently whether she'd return to those idol days on TV, she basically said, "Oh, hell no." Kana did this for about 3 years towards the end of high school, and this was when a slither of hope appeared. After 3 years of failure, she got the role of Ryoko in Zega Pain, her first main character role in anime, but this hope would quickly be shattered. Kana got a lot of hate for this role. People saying she was emotionless, saying she was reading off the script with no emotion and all that. She got flamed. Mind you, she was only 17 at the time. That was Kana's breaking point. With a not-existing acting career, insignificant idol career, and a voice acting career burning in fire, Kana just wanted it to end. She wanted to just outright quit entertainment. She was still young, still in high school. She could just go to university and find what she wanted to do. There wasn't any more reason to stick to entertainment, was there? But when she brought it up, her manager told her, practically begging her, "Your voice is really good, it's really special. Please don't stop yet." This was a stark contrast to the words she had always heard as a child. Her voice was special. She wasn't just some replaceable being, they needed her. Her specifically. This gave her a burst of motivation as she chose to continue with voice acting while entering university at the same time. As if blessed for her persistence, Kana's voice acting career blew up in her university years. She would get her second main character role about a year later, Shika in Mushiuta. Then they came so hard. Just going off the super significant ones. To Love Room, Monogatari, Kobato, Durarara, Angel Beat, Oreimo, The World God Only Knows, Infinite Stratos, Dot Hack, Steins Gate, Deadman Wonderland, Blue Exorcist, all main character roles, and this is only in her university years. Even with just that, Kana had already achieved nationwide fame, especially singing the legendary viral Renai Circulation as Nadeko from Monogatari. This song has literally influenced anime culture as a whole. It's crazy. She ended up winning the Best Female Voice Actress in 2010, and well, with this level of success in her uni years, it comes without saying that she'd continue on as a voice actress after graduation. Later, we have Black Rock Shooter, Shinsekai Yori, Zetsuren no Tempest, Nisekoi, Mahoka, Persona 4, Psycho-Pass, Danganronpa, Gabriel Dropout, Sangatsu no Lion, Kotobun, Demon Slayer, and 10 billion more roles that I really don't want to spend the rest of this video listing because look at this! Including the most important one, Chansey. It's not hard to see that Kana's manager's words were correct to the moon. She has that iconic, soft, sweet, high-pitched voice that no other voice actor can replicate. It's really unique and very recognizable. With over 20 years in the industry and more roles than breads I've eaten in my life, Kana has cemented herself as one of, well, honestly speaking, probably not just one of, she probably is the biggest female voice actor to exist. So many of you and I's favorite rising stars of today are where they are because they looked up to the legendary HanaKana. She even married a renowned voice actor. So you may wonder, what kind of special person does it take to get to this position? Well... Going over all of these will probably make the average person think she's a psychopathic pervert, but it's okay because we love HanaKana for who she is. Oh boy. Remember how she used to be bad at voice acting and got flamed for it? Well, despite the hate, she did actually practice really hard for it. Practicing Zegapane proved to be difficult though. She had obviously never ridden a mech before and didn't understand what it was like to fight in one. So to practice and get a better understanding of her character, she tried simulating taking a hit from a mech by bashing herself against a wall. Seriously, imagine the talk with the doctor if you get a concussion from that. Kana got really invested in her roles, understandably so, as any good voice actor would. As a big fan of the original Bungaku Shoujo, when applying for auditions, she really wanted the role, like really wanted it. So much so that imitating the main character, just before her audition, she went to the toilet at the train station and ate her script paper. Like chewed, swallowed, digested, ate. Speaking of eating, did you know that HanaKana is obsessed with bread? No, I don't just mean like your average European. I mean like stuff a whole loaf of bread in her face and sniff bread obsessed. Apparently, she would show up to studios and work with a huge bunch of bread and just distribute them to everyone. The bread count spread so much that co-worker voice actor Hikasa Yoko said her eyes when she talks about bread are terrifying. Honestly, I would join the cult. Okay, so she's a bit weird. It's alright, we all have our own quirks.
このページとページに顔をうずめたいですね。変態じゃないし。あ、変態です。これは家でやります。
Can I call her bread pervert yet? So, unlike most pure idol-y girls, Kana publicly admits on TV that she loves dirty jokes. Her favorite radio shows have so many that out of embarrassment, she just secretly listens to them without her husband knowing while pretending to casually make breakfast. I mean, that's fine, that's not so bad. We have more down horrendous wives until you gift panties at a random gift exchange event that airs live, putting a ribbon on your junior and making her say, "I'm your birthday present," and touching your junior's legs on radio. It's also funny that she chooses clothing as a gift because she is literally publicly known to have horrendous fashion taste. This is because she wears very unique clothes, to say the least. Yeah, she gets bullied for this. In fact, this got pushed so much that co-worker Kawasa Ayako was just like, here, have some of my secondhand clothes. And after a while, Kana just had enough, and on an ad-lib episode of Pop Team Epic, she just went on a rage rant.
自分の金で買った好きな洋服をディスられている SNS 上ではクソダサいだのみんな好き放題言いやがるあいつら何なんだ何も知らないくせに
In fact, Kana would be known for her rage. Like, this commercial of the electronic company Sharp would go viral, using Kana's normally sweet voice to scream like a yakuza.
同じやお前ら二度と飯食えん体にしてまうぞおら
What a lucky man her husband is. Would you marry Kana? Crazy girl aside, she's crazy good at singing. I mean, it is how her career blew up. So it should come as no surprise that Kana has an insane singing career, especially for a voice actor. I'm not talking about just releasing singles and albums, I'm talking having performed in Budokan. In case you don't know, the Budokan is a legendary venue in Japan due to its rich history. It's not the biggest venue in Japan with a capacity of about 15k, but it's more about the status. See, the Budokan isn't a venue that you can just throw money at to rent. You have to get through a very strict application process, showing that you are worthy as an artist to be accepted and allowed to use it. That's why being able to perform there is every Japanese artist's dream. It's like a symbol of status. Like, out of all the aspiring artists out there, you made it. And Kana managed to perform there, being one of the only voice actors in the history able to do so. Her music is definitely on the softer side, making use of her sweet voice. But it should come as no surprise that the legendary Renai Circulation is still by far her most known song, and is a very special one whenever performed at concerts. After all, it did make history, together with Kana. I think it goes without saying that HanaKana is one of the greatest voice actors of all time. In Japan, she's kind of the face of female voice actors, like to the point where even the normies know who she is. For God's sake, you could get an official credit card of her. She's gone out of the just popular voice actor realm. She's done acting, dubbing, narration, singing, voice acting, commercials, radios. She's opened a Bilibili channel and is expanding to the huge Chinese weeb audience. I swear, she has a more stacked resume than Trump. She's created a legacy that few have and will ever be able to replicate. It truly is so special. I really don't think this video does justice to how big she is in Japan, and how much she alone has influenced voice acting as a whole in Japan. There are so many people that became successful voice actors because they looked up to her. To this day, her career is as strong as ever. She still gets 50 billion roles, makes music, stars in movies as an actress, and is very happily married to Kensho Ono. No, seriously, they've started to casually talk about their relationship on radios and stuff, and it's the cutest thing ever. She simps her husband so much. To think that one line from a manager 18 years ago was all it took to give her the motivation to make history. To think that that one line single-handedly brought us so many anime that we deeply love. To think that a little praise is all someone could need to bring the best out of them in tough times. Guys, praise your homies more. I'm sure they'll appreciate it.